Guys, I'm bringing someone in. 1 second. I'll bring her in once she walks in. Jump on. Hey, Divina, Vanessa. 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Are we having trouble? Someone jumped in. Go on Instagram and go upstairs.
Oh, you're on Instagram.
It had to swap over. Hey!
We did it.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry with everyone. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. It happens.
No, but they had it like 2 months ago.
I know, and it just like changed. It's so terrible, but whatever.
But why don't we get updates?
Because Facebook runs the world and does whatever they want.
Whatever. Hi, Irene.
Hi.
From 100 Essential Women. So the reason of Gato Divino's spiritual walk is basically a conversation about spirituality, see where everyone is, and then take it from there.
Okay, cool. Let me change my lighting because it's pretty bad. Hold on a sec. I'm walking around my apartment. Hold on. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Things happen. Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. Is that a little bit better? Do I look too dark? I don't know.
It's okay. I know how you look. There.
Is that a little better?
Yep.
Great. How you been? How's it going?
I'm good, love. Here trying to start something new because what can we do with a pandemic? Just create.
Yes. And it's good. This is like everything I've been wanting. I just wanted to be home, be still, spend time with my kids, and just be able to have the full 24 hours for myself. And that's exactly what I got, So
we got more than 24 hours, but
yeah, well, like 24 hours in the day. Like I just wanted that, No, stop it. What's happening with this? Oh,
I really don't.
I flipped.
I'm like, I don't know.
As we live in whatever.
So basically, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know that you're very big with doTERRA essential oils. What else are you doing with spirituality and stuff like that? I know you do waist beads.
Yeah. So spirituality for me has always been very personal. Just whatever my own spirits tell me to do, whatever Oya tells me to do, and the Orishas, it's just always been for me. And now as having, my kids, it's and for them. So I've always gotten like, you need to do readings, It's not really my thing right now. Whatever Oya says goes. However, about 2.5 years ago, I was given the message to do a bead for my waist, and burgundy and white. And then I said, okay. And I didn't really know what it meant. I was very ignorant to it. I was like, you know what? If they're telling me to do this, then I have to do it. And, as we follow with full faith with whatever our spirits say. So I went to like a little craft store here in East Harlem, and I was like, where can I get beads? And she's like, okay, what kind do you want? I said, pick the colors that I needed. And then just that experience there just taught me so much of like quality of string, quality of needles, quality of beads. And she's like, oh, do you want plastic and glass? I was like, I don't want plastic around my waist. It's really unhealthy, right? Especially as a woman, that's our whole reproductive system there. Long story short, I got what I needed. I got glass beads and string and needles and all this stuff, and I beaded my waist bead. And then as one of my girlfriends was doing a facial for me one day, because she's an esthetician, and she goes, oh my God, Irene, you have a waist bead. I was like, yeah. And she's like, can you make me one? I said, no, I don't know what I'm doing. But right after I said no, I was just like, yes, I'll do it, because I think this is how it's going. And knowing her personal story, and she knowing me, she's like, do whatever you want, Irene. And I said, no, you got to tell me what you want. Like, and she goes, no, do whatever you want. And I ended up doing one of coral and turquoise, I believe, for her. All she asked for was an ankh, and I put the ankh on it. And that was the second waist bead I'd ever done. And then ever since then, people who see me, they're like, Irene, make me waist bead. And I said, okay. So I just did it. And slowly but surely, you know, I've built a clientele. It's a very time consuming business to have, because each one is so personalized to the woman. It can take me up to 2 to 3 hours to make one, and then having to get the specific beads and crystals that the person wants. So each like consultation I have with the woman is kind of like a reading, I guess. So I'm doing exactly what I was told to do eventually, and that's where it's taken me 2.5 years later. And you know, I do vendor shows where I create my own waist beads in my own style and vision, and you know, women purchase what speaks to them based on, you know, the chakra they want to work on, or the whatever entity they want to connect more with, or just, you know, superficially, you know, they like a certain color, they take it. But deep down inside, it does speak to them on a spiritual level. So that's where it's taken me. And it's been a very long journey of 9+ years. And this is where I am right now, you know, with creating my waist beads. I also create bracelets, which a lot of men like my bracelets. I do a lot of like darker colors with lava stone and obsidian, tourmaline, where it's a lot of grounding and protection on the wrist, and a lot of men seem to gravitate to that. So yeah, you know, and my business is 100 Essential Women, and women is spelled with the X instead of an A, is just because I work with all kinds of women of all, you know, walks of life. And I'm open to working with everyone, because everyone is a spiritual being.
That's very beautiful. I know we met about 10 years ago. We were both all dressed in white.
Yes.
Going through our year and 7 days of spiritual cleansing, and you have this beautiful goddess, Oya, my mother's Ochun. We connected and things happened.
Yes.
I remember us in your kitchen table trying to read cards, and people were like, oh, you're supposed to read. And we're like, huh? How?
Yeah.
And ironically, now I'm an infamous tarot reader.
Yes, so proud of you. You're doing so.
Besides being a tarot reader, I do oracle cards, angel cards. I work at a store. I travel to Salem in different venues. So it's just a beautiful thing. Like, the purpose of this spiritual walk is because we are doing the spiritual walk. Doesn't have to look the same, but we're fulfilling our purpose.
Exactly. And I agree 100%, because with everyone is different. We come from 2 separate parents, and we each have our own different lineages of ancestors. And everyone's experience in life is different. And when we've done what we've done, when we've gotten crowns, initiated into the Yoruba culture, you know, we have our readings, and everyone is so different with this combination of numbers. And, you know, we're brought into each other's lives to help and support and teach and learn from each other, so to help us on our individual paths, you know. And I remember for a couple of years, I didn't do anything, quote unquote, anything, right? But in those years where I didn't do much with the public, I was doing all that work with myself. And I needed to do that, you know, because I needed to be grounded. I needed to be more knowledgeable. I needed to be aware of my own flaws and issues to work through in order to eventually help others. You know, if another person is like, as soon as they finish their year in 7 days and they go right into helping others and stuff, that's great. That's beautiful, you know. But I've gotten a lot of flack from that. Like, oh, Irene, you're supposed to do this. Like, no, I'm not supposed to do anything but what my guides say and what Oya says, and leave me alone. You know, I don't judge anybody else, and that's it. And it's now within between year 7 and 9 that it's opening up. And, you know, I was in that time, I had my kids. I didn't have kids when we met. You know, I have my son and my daughter, and those years needed to be dedicated to them, you know, and help them and understand myself as a mom, as a woman, as balancing all of that, you know. And that's where it's taken me, you know. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that time alone with my kids, you know. And I don't think I'd be able to connect with women in the way that I do now if I wasn't a mother, you know. Because no, I'm not like that typical santera that, I don't want to say typical because that's rude, but, you know, I don't
Not
have,
really, because you know, honestly, there's different different types.
yeah, exactly. You know,
So,
I don't like the God kids and all of that. You know, I don't do like massive ceremonies all the time, but when I do it, I when it's brought to me to do it and Oya says to do it, that's when I do it. You know, and a lot of the work that I do is very individualized. You know, very like one-on-one with the person. And you know, when I'm doing like a waist bead for a person, I'm talking to them. I could talk to them for hours, and I'm just hearing them and retaining this information and understanding exactly what they need. And I create that specific piece for them and what they need. And it may not be, sometimes they're like, oh, I want this, I want that. I'm like, but that's not what you need. You need X, Y, and Z, you know. And they're like, yeah, you're right, because, you know, they need to focus on a certain aspect of their own life. And when I meet with the person, I like literally tie the waist bead onto their body. Like I'm touching their body. I'm, you know, it's one of the most intimate parts of the body is the belly area for a woman, you know. No matter, and women are so timid about it. They're like, oh, you know, I don't have a flat stomach, or, you know, I have scars and stretch marks. I'm like, that's all beautiful and it's okay, you know. And, you know, I work with women of all shapes and sizes, and marks and scars and stretch marks and surgery scars, you know. Like I've worked with women who've had severe abdominal surgery from their own, you know, issues with intestines and stuff. So, and it's all beautiful, and it's so amazing to be able to touch their lives like that. In turn, they touch my life and they teach me so much as well. Yeah.
but if you want to take it into like this account, that's a form of divination. You're connecting with them and providing a service that will manifest in whichever way they want to manifest, because spirituality works in so many different forms. Everyone thinks, oh my God, it should be in the crystal ball.
That's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Or it should be in cards, or oracle cards, or even touching a person, because a form of divination can also be in Reiki, because like you're touching the person, so you're going to connect to that energy. So it's just one of those things. Everyone works differently.
Yep.
Even
And
picking up a little crystal or a rock from the floor, it has a source of energy. It has something, and you create from that.
exactly. Yep. And who would have thought like that this would have manifested to be what it is now, just because my own spirit said, make a waist bead for yourself. And I was
and it opened new doors. And then I also saw that you were on public television. Congratulations on that platform.
thank you. Yeah, that was very bizarre. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely opened up so much. And you know, it's a very slow process, even as a business for myself, because, you know, I do work full time. I have my 2 children. I take care of myself. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm okay. And the time that I do this work is like late at night, and I'm up and I'm beating and I'm, you know, doing the work. So you know, it takes a lot of time and thought process and energy, you know. And you're right, it is a form of divination. I never would have thought that. I never would have called it that even until very recently, when I was working with Joanne, and she's like, Irene, you're a healer. And I said, wow, I am. You know, I don't label myself in those ways, I guess. Yeah. So It's
A label's a label, but in all honesty, if you come from the heart, especially in spirituality, you can open so many doors.
yeah.
Everyone thinks, oh my God, I need X, Y, and Z to manifest something or make something magical. You could take a freaking little tea light and make things happen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And people forget about that. They think it's like, oh my God, let's go on YouTube or whatever the case may be. Let's see what they're doing, or I need these products, or I have to spend $1,000 to make some magic work. Not really. And it's just one of those things that sometimes, I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this, other spiritual people mislead people and give us a bad name.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Because no matter what, like, as you said, you're a child of Oya. There's so many different forms of children of Oyas out there. But there's only one Irene. There's like a million children of Ochun out there, but there's only one angel or one Gato Divino.
Hold on a second. You're kind of...
Huh? I can't hear you. Hold on. What's going on now? I'm connected to Wi-Fi.
Hold on, Angel. You're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Load.
All right. So I just said that there's so many different forms of individuals that can have like the same practice, but we're completely different from one another. Okay. You're on mute, love. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm going to... Oh, my God. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try to see if this works. I don't know. 1 second, guys. Okay, let's drop it and bring it back.